We have your team coverage when it comes to the primary election in Ohio. 13 News is your local election headquarters. Sarah Davis is in Scioto County, where people have been heading to the polls throughout the evening. We watched several people walk in during our 6 o'clock live shot. Lane Ball is in Gallup Police, where we are covering what many consider one of the most important Senate races in the entire country. But first, let's head to Jackson Brzezinski, who joins us now live in Ironton with the latest on the governor's race. And you also met a very special poll worker today, Jackson.
Yeah, Amanda, that's right. We arrived here not too long ago at Ironton High School, and we met a very special poll worker. We'll tell you about her story in just a minute, because right now we want to introduce you to those Republican candidates for governor, starting with a familiar face. WOWK Ramaswamy is leading the charge for the Republican Party, widely known as a backer of President Donald Trump, and was born in Cincinnati. Ramaswamy's campaign for governor has revolved around affordability, opportunity, and reviving the American dream for Ohioans. He's going up against Casey Putch in the Republican Party. He's an automotive entrepreneur and engineer from Northeast Ohio. So far in his campaign, he's positioned himself as America First and anti-establishment, giving an alternative for voters from Ramaswamy. But now, as you alluded to, Amanda, these elections would not happen without the help of poll workers. Here at Ironton High School, a 92-year-old poll worker says she's been doing this since Kennedy was president.
Only missed maybe 3 or 4 times. It was like if my children were in something and I'd have to be with them, and that, yeah. But I'm probably still shouldn't be doing that. But I hate to quit. But yeah, I'm 92 years old, so that's been a long time.
And she does a great job. Such an amazing time talking to Ms. Holmes and hearing about her experiences. Let's look at the other side of the aisle's candidate running unopposed for the Democrats, Amy Acton. She's a physician and public health expert from Ohio. She also served as director of the Ohio Department of Health under Governor Mike DeWine from 2019 to 2020. Her campaign has emphasized health, education, affordability, and giving power back to Ohio communities. Now, as the results for the primary, including the candidates for governor, will start to come out here in about just a half hour. We'll keep you updated on air and online all night long and keep you up to date. But for now, live in Ironton, Jackson Brzezinski for 13 News.
All right, Jackson, thanks. Let's check in now with Lane Ball. Tonight is the first test of what could be the Democrats' best chance to retake the United States Senate, as former Ohio U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown is vying for a chance to take on incumbent John Husted in November's election. 13 News reporter Lane Ball has been at the polls talking with voters about the candidates when it comes to the Senate primary race. Lane, what are you hearing?
Well, Amanda, it's been a countdown until the polls actually close, but I've been talking with Ohioans all day today about the U.S. Senate race here in Ohio, and they've been sharing some mixed reactions to this race. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the candidates. Now, the two major candidates, they are on the right, incumbent Republican John Husted. He is running unopposed. To the left, former longtime Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown is going up against Ron Kincaid tonight. Now, Husted was appointed to the seat by Governor Mike DeWine to replace now Vice President J.D. Vance. He spent around 25 years in the political world, serving as Ohio's lieutenant governor under Governor DeWine from 2019 to 2025. Now, Brown has previously served in the U.S. Senate from 2007 to 2025 and lost his seat to Senator Bernie Moreno in a tight race. He also has an extensive political career, serving Ohio in multiple positions for more than 5 decades. Now, Brown is expected to advance out of this Democratic primary against Kincaid. Voters I spoke with today, they shared some mixed feelings on who they think should have the majority control over the U.S. Senate.
We just need a change. I mean, we have a good team here in Ohio, but I think we just time for a change.
The results of this race in November will have a majority impact on which party has control of the United States. And again, the polls, they will be closing around 7:30. So if you are in the area and you need to cast your vote, you do have a little bit of time. We'll have the results coming up later tonight as they come in. But for now, reporting live in Gallup Police, I'm Lane Ball for 13 News.
Lane, thanks so much. Let's check in now with 13 News reporter Sarah Davis. She's live in Scioto County. And Sarah, when we checked in with you at 6 o'clock, I counted like 7 people walking in to cast their vote. Are you still seeing a steady stream of people even in these last 20 minutes?
Yeah, Amanda, like you mentioned, when we got on here at 6 o'clock, there were a ton of people coming in to cast their votes. A lot of them said they were coming in straight from work to cast those votes. But honestly, we haven't really seen a whole lot of people recently, just because we do have less than 20 minutes until those polls closed. Now, according to an Emerson poll, the top issue for Ohioans is the economy. Issues that follow that are threats to democracy, health care, housing affordability, immigration, and education. And we spoke with some voters today at the polls who say they are glad to see their fellow voters out today voting.
There were a ton of people. I'm glad that people are coming out here to vote. I'm glad I voted. This is my second time voting.
They also say it's important to exercise that right of voting and get out and have your voice heard. And we'll be headed back to the Scioto County Courthouse where we first started this evening here in a little bit to watch those results come in. And like I said, you really only have about 19 minutes left, but you still need to get out and cast your vote, Amanda.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much.